Question for you, Tank. At 147, how does a fight with you and Terrence Crawford look?
Damn.
147. Shit, if I
147.
cap that chin, you know he going to sleep.
I already know. I already know he
He ain't
is.
got no chin.
I already know he is.
He said no chance.
You know, he got the confidence in himself that he believed that he can do that because he's been knocking all these fighters out that he's been in the ring with. You know, so
I'm not sure how good Floyd is for fighters because Floyd thinks like money. He doesn't think like Pretty Boy. So when he's bringing his fighters up, he thinks money. Currency over legacy. That hurts a fighter career. It does. That's why I said Tank has arrived. And a lot of you guys said Tank's been here. I said, no, Tank has arrived now. He's his own man. I remember when Floyd Mayweather arrived. I remember when he left Bomb Arrow. I remember when Roy Jones Jr. arrived. I remember when he left his father, bruh. And that's right now for Gervonta.
Question for you, Tank, at 147. How does a fight with you and Terence Crawford look? T147 tap. That CH, you know he going to sleep. I already know he is. I already know he has said no CH. You know he got the confidence in himself that he believed that he can do that. Because he's been knocking all these fighters out that he's been in the ring with, you know. So GervontaDavis has issued a brutal warning to Terence Crawford, claiming he can stop him if they fight at 147 lobs after a classic knockout victory over Frank Martin. Tank extended his flawless record to 30 boxing enthusiasts are still buzzing about Davis's spectacular win, with many hailing him as the emerging face of the sport. It seems Tank is poised for even greater achievements in the years ahead. Amid this, Stephen A. Smith stated, "We can debate the top fighter in the world for pound, we can do that. What we cannot do is debate who's the most exciting fighter, but who's the biggest box office attraction in boxing." That would happen to be Dan Davis. We just got to accept it. The ESPN commentator highlighted that Terence Crawford, Canelo Alvarez, and David Benavidez should feature in the top 5 pound-for-pound list. He acknowledged that the P4P ranking is subjective, yet emphasized that Davis unquestionably stands out as the most thrilling fighter currently, despite the projected low sales for the Davis versus Martin fight. Tank has captured considerable attention in the boxing world. It is undeniable that he possesses a unique knack for promoting fights, a skill currently unrivaled in the sport. This forms the foundation of Stephen A. Smith's argument in the realm of boxing, where names like Terence Crawford, Alexander Usyk, Naia Ino, and Canelo Alvarez dominate with their technical prowess. GervontaDavis stands out uniquely for his ability to draw massive crowds and sell fights like a true superstar. This capability, highlighted by Davis' exceptional skill in attracting audiences, renders moot the long-standing debate in boxing about who reigns supreme, according to Smith. Thus, Davis appears poised to establish himself as the premier attraction of contemporary boxing. Lion Walsh, one of Davis's former rivals, cannot help but be impressed by his transformation into an intimidating player who is on the verge of becoming one of the greatest. There is ongoing speculation that Davis would face the IF champion Vasyl Lomachenko. Walsh feels he still needs to overcome an opponent of that quality to prove he is an elite fighter. He said, "The word special is what my brother Ryan texted me straight away, way after the victory over Mart. He's very, very special." I said, "Ryan, I told you, he's much better than just power." Walsh mentioned that he didn't spend much time with Tank and couldn't speak as an expert. However, he noted that the experience was unlike any other he had encountered. He felt that Tank needed Lomachenko as people were discussing, and emphasized that this was essential to consider Tank an elite fighter and a pound-for-pound contender. He added that he admired Tank's position, especially considering his challenging background of growing up in Care in Baltimore. He acknowledged that Tank had managed to secure a future where he could provide for himself and his children, expressing his admiration. As a big fan, he further added what he was being given credit for early was he's a massive power puncher But his judging of distance and his timing is immense, and his accuracy, no one ever mentions his accuracy. Every time he lets that go for real, it lands on the chin. He doesn't hit the cheekbone, and it doesn't skim off the side of the head. He hits the chin nails. Walsh mentioned that he had a feeling Tank was exceptionally talented, but still believed he needed to face bigger names. He considered Tank's best win to be against Pedraza, where Tank took the title from the champion of Puerto Rican. In New York, he acknowledged Tank's victories over notable opponents like Gary Gamboa and Pitbull Cruz, noting that Cruz's win looked even better in hindsight. Walsh expressed his desire to see a fight between Tank and Lomachenko, whom he greatly admired as a fighter. He added, "But the longer it's going and the better Tank looks each fight, I'm starting to think, can he beat Lomachenko? He's definitely got the advantage in the game changer. I don't think Lomachenko could hurt Tank as long as the fight's relatively close or in the balance. Tank can take him out at any point." Walsh then mentioned that he used to believe Devin Haney would defeat Tank due to Haney's cautious risk-averse style. However, he had begun to reconsider, thinking that perhaps Tank could defeat them all. He noted that Teofimo Lopez would be a tough challenge because of his natural size. Walsh also expressed his belief that Shakur Stevenson could beat everyone, describing Stevenson as exceptionally talented with a completely different mindset. He further added Tank's elite as well. He just needs the names. Shakur sought their names. He fought in 2022 Oscar Valdez and made him look like he was an average fighter. Moreover, Walsh contends that Davis has not only evolved as a fighter inside the ring, but also emerged as a notable figure outside of it. He said he's improved a lot. He was a very good fighter when he fought me. He's got a lot more belief in himself now. I think there was still a slight doubt in him when I fought him, the Pedraza, when he looked invincible and like he didn't have a care in the world. When he fought me, he had the same. But I think there was still a little element of something missing. Walsh remarked that Tank now carries himself with the confidence of knowing he is the best fighter in the world. He attributed this to the experience Tank has gained, noting that it has made him more patient. Despite losing rounds, Tank remains unfazed and confident in his ability to catch his opponents. Eventually, Walsh observed that Tank has become adept at reading his opponents, indicating significant improvement. After parting ways with Mayweather Promotions in 2022, led by none other than Floyd Mayweather himself, Dan Davis has squared off against notable opponents like Rayleigh Romero, Hector Luis Garcia, Ryan Garcia, and Frank Martin, all formidable contenders in the lightweight category. It's evident that breaking ties with his former mentor was a pivotal move in Davis's career trajectory. Wouldn't you agree? According to boxing pundit Showbiz the Adult, the recent actions of Tank Davis suggest a significant rift with Floyd Mayweather, playing out prominently on social media following Davis's recent bout against Martin and Leonard Ellerby's departure from Mayweather Promotions. Showbiz elaborated on why he believes Davis made the right call to part ways with Mayweather. In hindsight, it might seem like Floyd Mayweather is the biggest name in the sport, so how could it be the best thing? The commentator explained that Floyd's mindset is more aligned with money than Pretty Boy, emphasizing that when Floyd is developing his fighters, he prioritizes financial gain and currency over building a legacy. Honestly, I'm not sure how good Floyd is for fighters, because Floyd thinks like money. He doesn't think like Pretty Boy, so when he's bringing his fighters up, he thinks money, currency over legacy. That hurts a fighter career. It does. That's why I said Tank has arrived. And a lot of you guys said Tank's been here. I said no, Tank has arrived now. He says, oh man, I remember when Floyd Mayweather arrived. I remember when he left VAR. I remember when Roy Jones Jr. arrived. I remember when he left his father, bro. And that's right now for GervontaDavis. The pundit claims that Floyd Mayweather's activities have the potential to permanently harm a boxer's career. Thus, Showbiz the Adult cited the instant Davis made the decision to part ways with Floyd, saying Tank has arrived. He is now a guy on his own. It's also important to note that Mayweather Promotions doesn't exactly have a large stable of well-established boxers. Kermel Moton, arguably the most talked about fighter in his stable, has only competed in 3 professional fights. In an unexpected twist, Leonard Ellerby has resigned as CEO of Mayweather Promotions, leaving Richard Scher to step into his shoes. Such abrupt leadership changes can shake confidence in any organization. Nonetheless, amid this transition, tensions have risen online between Floyd Mayweather and Davis. Here's what's stirring the digital feud. Floyd Mayweather first crossed paths with GervontaDavis, and in 2015 overtime, their relationship saw improvement. However, tensions flared when Mayweather implied that certain boxers prefer spending over investing. Davis took this personally, alleging Mayweather aimed his comments at him. Davis subsequently spread rumors suggesting Mayweather was stranded in Dubai due to financial issues. Since then, the two have engaged in a heated exchange of jabs through social media. Floyd went as far as stating Davis's bout with Frank Martin got cancelled and urged fans to tune into the Alex Perez versus Tatsuro Taira match at UFC. This move frustrated the undefeated lightweight boxer, who ridiculed Floyd after Ellerby resigned from his position later, adding, "If you sign with this fraud, he will your career. He is not a good businessman at all." GervontaDavis's recent remarks about Floyd Mayweather's impact on careers align closely with Showbiz The Adult's insights. Mayweather Promotions, despite facing challenges with big fights, hasn't folded yet. Perhaps there's a chance for a turnaround. One thing is clear: Davis has found greater success in more significant fights since parting ways with Mayweather. Meanwhile, several journalists recently sought insights from Timothy Bradley, the former 2-division world champion, regarding Shakur Stevenson's potential bout against Davis. According to Tim Bradley, he appears